If this is you lying awake, staring at the ceiling that's suddenly too close, too quiet, too empty, thinking about her laugh, the one you swore you'd never forget, even when you try. Maybe this hits closer than you expected, the way her name pops into your head at the dumbest times. At the grocery store, driving past that street you always walk together, even in the middle of some stupid meeting, you flinch. You curse yourself. You remember the last time you saw her, the words that stuck like splinters. You didn't cry, no. You shoved it down, swallowed it, pretended you didn't feel it. But alone, late at night, you pull at the edges of that wound again. The why you never say out loud. The what if, that lingers heavy like smoke you can't shake off. Maybe you've thought about getting back. Revenge, showing her, making her regret it. You've typed messages you never sent, deleted posts that almost gave you away. But here's the thing, deep down, that's not it. It's hollow. It won't fill the quiet moments, the mornings when the bed feels too big, the nights when your phone lights up and you hope it's her just one more time. You remember the little things she did that made you feel seen, the tiny gestures you'll never admit you miss. And it hurts. Even the smallest memory can crush you if you let it, and you do. Sometimes. So, if this is you sitting there replaying every scene, every word, every look, what if I told you there's something else to do? Something that doesn't leave you empty or bitter. Something that doesn't make you someone you're ashamed to be when the lights go out. What if the thing that finally frees you isn't revenge at all? Do you want to know what it is? Look, I've been where you are. Sitting in your car, engine off, staring at your hands, wondering if you're broken or if she is, wondering why it all fell apart. Most guys, they think revenge will fix it, make them pay, make themselves feel alive again. That's a myth, a trap. I've seen it. Friends chasing exes, posting, texting, stalking, only to end up hungrier for what they lost and emptier. Here's what you need to hear. Heartbreak doesn't call for retaliation. It calls for presence, for noticing the little things about yourself that have been hiding while you were busy loving someone else. Maybe it's your mornings. Coffee too strong, toast burnt, the cat pawing at your leg, and suddenly you realize you can still feel, still notice. That's your power. That's reality. I remember a friend sat on the porch, silent for an hour, whiskey sweating in his glass. He could have lashed out. He didn't. He breathed. Watched the wind push the leaves across the lawn. Felt the ache, accepted it. He came back stronger, steadier, not empty, not hollow. You can do the same. Masculine principle here. Listen, strength isn't about making her hurt. Strength is owning your own world, your mornings, your nights, your silence. Another truth, control isn't winning over someone else, it's winning over yourself, sitting with the pain, feeling it, letting it teach you, not destroy you. So the question isn't how to hurt her back, it's how to walk out of this heartbreak without leaving pieces of yourself on the floor, without trading your integrity for a momentary satisfaction. That's the hard part, the part most guys miss, but the ones who do it, they walk taller even when nobody's watching. You could be one of them. Do you want to be that man, or just another ghost in someone else's story? The rain hits the window like someone tapping a rhythm only you can hear. Cold on your arms, shivering, a little hoodie soaked through. You're on the couch, half the lamp flickering, half the night pressing in. The phone buzzes. You don't check. You don't want to. You remember the fight, the words that cut like glass, how her laugh lingered even after she walked out, that smell of her perfume in the hallway. Still there, mocking you. You hate it. You love it, both at the same time. You think about calling her, saying something sharp, something that would sting, but your thumb hovers over the screen. You remember a Saturday morning, pancakes burnt, coffee bitter, laughing over nothing. You choke back the lump in your throat. God, that was real. That was something. The heater hums, low, constant, like a heartbeat you forgot you had. Your chest tightens, you pace a little, stop, sit again, look at the wall, at the ceiling. Her face flashes, smile, frown, tears, anger. All at once, you imagine revenge, sending the texts, posting the stories, making her notice, and then you picture yourself tomorrow morning, empty, hollow, staring at the same ceiling, nothing fixed, just noise. So you breathe slowly, feel the rain, the cold, the quiet, the ache. Let it sit, let it land. Let it teach you what nothing else could. The weight of losing isn't always the weight of her. Sometimes it's the weight of learning you can stand without it. And somewhere in that silence, that pause, that terrible, beautiful ache, you realize letting go isn't giving up. It's taking yourself back. What would it feel like to be whole again, even without her? Belief one, if I don't make her pay, I'll look weak. You think that. Late at night, fingers hovering over the phone, you remember a buddy who sent that text, waited for a reply that never came, said it made him feel alive. He was more hollow than alive. Truth is, strength isn't measured in her tears. Strength is measured in the quiet you keep, the space you reclaim. Attention is cheap. Respect is priceless. Belief too. I can't move on until she feels it too. You think that every coffee alone, every song that hits a little too close. But here's the thing. Her pain isn't your scoreboard. One guy I know spent weeks imagining her regret until he realized he'd spent more energy on her story than his own. You don't lose her. You lose your own presence. That hit him like a fist. He stopped waiting for her to flinch, started showing up for himself. Belief three. If I forgive her, I'm letting her win. You think that. And maybe that was true once, when you were younger, rawer. But forgiveness isn't for her, it's for you. A friend told me once, voice quiet over a diner table, she didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. And he was right. Holding onto that fire only burns your own hands. So notice these thoughts. Sit with them. Let them stretch out and die on their own. They aren't truth, they're habits of hurt. And breaking them isn't about her. It's about being a man who doesn't surrender to someone else's choices. It's about standing taller in your own skin. You can let the heartache exist, but you don't have to let it dictate you. Do you want to be defined by her leaving, or by how you rise after? This is what he understands. Most men think heartbreak is a scoreboard. They think pain is something to push outward, to make loud, to weaponize. He doesn't. He sits in the quiet, lets it press down, lets it teach him. The rain taps on the window, the coffee's cold, the song he hates comes on the radio, and he notices it all. Doesn't run, doesn't react. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. A guy texts him, should I get back at her? He shakes his head, smiles a little. Doesn't have to prove anything. He knows the energy he carries matters more than the words he sends. He walks slow, talks slow. Even when his chest burns from missing her, even when his mind screams for payback, he understands the pause, the moment before action. That pause is power. That pause lets him see himself clearly. One night he's at the bar, a buddy laughing too loud, a memory flashing in his skull. He takes a breath, doesn't yell, doesn't drink too much, just lets it sit, let it roll. He leaves, walks home alone. The air is cold, feels sharp, but he feels sharper. This is what the 1% headman knows. Control isn't taking her back. Control isn't proving her wrong. Control is standing steady when the world wants you spinning, choosing patience over panic, strength over noise, centeredness over chasing, feeling the hurt but not letting it write your story. And when he moves again, it's not because she notices, it's because he finally notices himself. Do you want to flail in the wreckage or stand in the storm and own it? He's on the balcony, cold steel railing under his palms. Night air bites at his face. Somewhere down the street, a car horn blares. He flinches, then breathes. Deep. Long. Flashes. Her laugh in the kitchen. The way her hair caught the light that one morning. The argument. The door slamming. The silence afterward. He tastes it all. Bitter on his tongue. Wants to text. Wants to fix. Wants to disappear into her again. But then, a pause. A memory of himself younger, laughing at nothing, whole, free. He feels it in his chest, a spark, not hers, his own, whispering. He says it, I'm enough. The words hang. Feels ridiculous, feels heavy, like they've been waiting for him all along. He lets the ache sit with him, but now it doesn't rule him. He doesn't chase. He doesn't plead. He just stands. The wind hits harder, Cold, sharp, and it's cleansing. The railing presses against his hands. Solid, real. He realizes he's not defined by her leaving, not by her choices. He remembers the weight of his own presence. And for the first time in a long time, he feels steady. He turns from the balcony back inside and walks with himself, untouched, unbroken, alive. The rain's still hitting the window. Cold. Relentless, your hands are dry now. Heart still aches. But it doesn't rule you. You breathe. You feel the walls of the room, the weight of your own chest, the floor under your feet. Memories flicker, her laugh, her words, the hurt, but they don't pull you apart. You let them pass. You let yourself pass through them. Strength isn't her noticing. Strength isn't revenge. Strength is this, right here, right now. And the man who walks out of heartbreak doesn't carry anger. He carries himself.